Phenomenal ride there, Dale Finch. 3 race wins this weekend, plus the bonus point for pole position, the maximum points, and extending that championship lead out even further. So phenomenal weekend at the office, and a new lap record to boot. So perfect weekend for Dale Finch. We go through Rogan Chandler. He is keep in touch there with the championship. Another second place for him, and Zach Fuller. Brilliant weekend, third overall for him with several trips to the podium. So he'll be very, very happy with his pace as we head back to the North Island. So this one here, done and dusted, our 600 Super Sports for the weekend. We're going to go into our 10-lap 300 Super Sport race. It's coming up next on the program. And this one here was all on when we went racing this morning. Nothing to suggest we won't have an absolute cliffhanger on our hands here. Coming up next, our 10-lap 300 Super Sport race 3 for the weekend.
But just before I noticed after I put it properly in, the screen was on. So I don't know what that is. The battery's got 2 bars. Not on the camera. The camera's been fine. It was the transmitter, yeah. Yeah. Should I try putting the cover on it? Yeah.
Getting ready to go with this one here, the final race of the day for our 300 Super Sport. We had a brilliant tussle between Harry Parker and Cormac Buchanan earlier on this morning. This one's going to be good. We've got Dave Fellows and Jason Hearn, the 41 and the 11 respectively, on the front row with them. We've got a superstar field here ready to go. This is going to be 10 laps to keep an eye on here. These guys have been brilliant so far, and our Timmery Yamaha 300 Super Sport gets underway. Cormac Buchanan, Harry Parker, great start from those two guys there. Brilliant. Number 28, he is a 14-year-old sensation from Invercargill, and he is flying out of turn number 3 and onto the back straight for the first of 10 times. We've got Harry Parker. Caleb Gilmore, a good start. He's sitting there in 3rd place on the number 78 machine. So the Gilmore Homes and Builders machine getting himself right in the mix here. He was in with a little hunt last time around, as we see them go right around the outside of Cormac Buchanan. All important slipstream here down the back straight at Levers International Raceway. The top 3 already trying to sneak out a bit of an advantage as someone nearly goes on the grass out of turn number 4. Frantic pace. It's Harry Parker, Caleb Gilmore and Cormac Buchanan out in front at the moment.
Well, great to see again the IV vehicle just following them through there in that early part of the race, just making sure, of course, that there is no major incidents. We've had one sort of not, well, politely not too major, luckily, but it may, or has resulted in a bit of a delay to our program. But picking up the race pace now with these 300s, nice to see them going for it. Look at that, weaving in out there. Look at this first lap. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bit of a gap. 9, 10, 11, 12. Bit of a gap. 13, 14, bit of a gap, 15, 16, 17, there we go, look at that, right across the line there in that early stages. The pace of the race incredible. You're only scoring points if you're in the top 15 as we have our point scoring system heading out 25, 20, 16, 13, 11, and the scale goes down from then from 10th place at 6th all the way down to 1 point for the 15th. So certainly want to make sure you're counting in those top groups. People like Maddie Berry moving up there, the young lady out of Nelson, courtesy of MS Ford Body Shop, and some other cool sponsors like Marahau, my apologies for pronunciation. So neat to have her on board. Unfortunately, a non-start for Eve Scrivener after her crash yesterday. Shane Miller, oh, bad luck for the man who had 2 men. A non-start out there on the Quake batteries, Lucas Oils, NF Moto. NF Moto is a fantastic made-to-order leather. So effectively, if you ride a motorcycle, you need some good leather gear. If you race them, it's a must, but if you ride it, you can have as well. And NF Moto has the opportunity to put you in a dummy suit, and then you can get it effectively made to order. So something made for you, your size, your height, your build. And so check it out, NF Moto, another great sponsor of Shane Miller Racing, just one of our super kids in racing. Could be changed, coming up there for the lead, looking for the dice to go up on the inside. Have they done it? Have they done it? And looking out for the change. Did it stick, Brad?
No, he didn't quite make it happen. Caleb hangs onto it, so Harry shows the wheel. Cormac's right there as well. Dave Fellows racing with a badly injured elbow, so what a courageous ride from Dave Fellows, sitting there in 4th place. We've got Blaze Heaven. He's had a pretty good weekend as well. The first of the KTM's home. Luca Durning's in 6th place with Logan Rowell. Jason Hearn, who has the pace to get on the podium, but just can't quite get those good starts. He's sitting in 8th place. James Hoogie's in 9th, and Kane Bentley rounding out our top 10 as we run with our race leaders. There's 3 of them frantically into turn number 5. It's a brilliant shot here into one of the coolest corners in New Zealand motor racing. It's called the McKissick Curve, the decreasing radius left-hand turn. It goes on for days, and brilliant to see a hometown hero, Harry Parker. He won that race in emphatic form earlier this morning. And oh, he's gone down, so he's lost the front into the hairpin. So drama for Harry Parker. He gets up and off the racing line, but oh no drama. He's had a horror weekend. He had engine failure in race number 1. Come back storming with a new engine, and now unfortunately sidelined Harry Parker. More drama here unfolding at 300 Super Sport. Yeah, in a bit hot, just loses the front. And oh, that's absolutely heartbreaking. He'll be gutted. So this leaves it for Cormac Buchanan and Caleb Gilmore, top 2 running out there at the moment. Cormac was a 1:12, 1:17 that last time around. And with him, he's got a massive 37-point lead in the championship already, and he's out in front of this one. So this one here, the most dominant performance by any rider so far in any series. It's Cormac Buchanan, ahead of Caleb Gilmore, Dave Fellows and Blaze Heaven. So we could see some new guys on the podium. We've got some frantic pace here, and we've still got 7 odd laps to go. Brilliant stuff here at the moment. And sideline Harry Parker, but credit to Harry, he got his bike self-rescued and off the racing line, so we can go green flag, carry on racing here with this one. We've still got a massive 6.5 odd laps to go now. Timaru Yamaha supported Super Sport 300.
He'll be hitting himself, Brad, absolutely hitting himself. So confident. What an awesome race before. So effectively he went zero to hero and back to zero again, if you know what I mean. So he's gone from a no-point score and a DNF with mechanical to a win, and so confident to then unfortunately crash out in this one. So to only get 25 points out of a possible 76 for the weekend will be lousy and a serious setback. 37 points, to give you an idea, 25 up for grabs for the win. That means he's already got a full one race advantage. So should he have a little DNF, a hiccup or a mechanical, and hey, he did last year, you know, I think from memory it was at Hampton Downs, I think he had one in the Suzuki Series when he was up in the 300 class. He DNF race number 1, folks. So that was drama. We thought he's the perfect rider to have on board. Bang, he goes down in race number 1. So everybody has got a weak link, and we thought that certainly for Cormac he didn't have one, but he's proved to be human like anybody else. So there you go. But hey, what a fight back in this series, has been incredible, and already that 37-point buffer, that is huge in the world of racing. So certainly bad luck for Harry. Great news that he's A-OK, but how gutted he will be. And this stage, a bit of a cloud hanging over the running of the Alan Ramage Memorial at the end of our day, as time has been absorbed due to our racing incidents, and we may not have enough time to do that event later in the day. That would be sad to say the least, but maybe we can find another way to judge it, maybe on its points overall. I'm unsure of that, and maybe a bit premature in talking about it. But more importantly, we've got our 300s on the racetrack here and now, and these guys going for it. Look at the freight train through there, Brad. Great to watch.
Yeah, Cormac Buchanan, he was a little bit quicker, just by a tenth of a second over Caleb Gilmore, so there's 0.4 of a second in that battle. First and second, they are the class of the show at the moment. But have a look at the battle for the podium, raging at the moment. Dave Fellows, talked to Dave after race number 2, the second race of the weekend, the one this morning, and he said the last couple of laps were tough, so look out for him. He's definitely going to be digging deep for this one here. He's on a podium spot at the moment, but Jason Hearn, who was down in 8th place a couple of laps ago, has got himself right in the hunt here, so podium's up for grabs here, as we've got this one unfolding into a beauty. Caleb Gilmore's piling on a bit of pressure to Cormac Buchanan. Now we've got Jason Hearn up into 3rd place. He did get the move done into turn 4, so frantic pace. And Biggles Racing coming alive with the BAS expansion joints, bright yellow machine. Jason Hearn, good ride from him so far. He's flying, and he's got the Dunlop tyres on board, so said look out for him late in the weekend. Loves these setup, and it's brilliant stuff to see. Jason Hearn with the pace. He was our top 3 candidate. He was 3rd in the points last year, so top 3 in New Zealand's Super Sport 300 racing. And we've got him there in 3rd place. Dave Fellows riding with that injury, so courageous performance to be in the top 4. But we've got the KTMs coming in. We've got Blaze Heaven, Logan Real. That's going to be 5th and 6th place. We've also got Luca Gurney in there in 7th. We've got James Hoogie up into 8th place, Kane Bentley and Justin Maunder. That's our running top 10, but take nothing away from the man out in front. He just keeps on sneaking out in the front. He's faster than everyone that last lap around, so we'll look out for this one here. Cormac Buchanan leads by nearly a second over Caleb Gilmore, who's looking out for Jason Hearn, piling on a bit of pressure. Battle for the podiums are on, and we've got 4 laps to go.
All right, Fabtech Engineering, along with Trust Aoraki, great sponsors for the event for this class. It is Timaru Yamaha, the home of Yamaha. Whether it be the road, the farm, or the trail, you'll find a great Yamaha model for you. New and used workshop service, all-round cool guys. Of course, Harry or Larry, as they call him, a man who works there as well, so all-round nice people. So thanks to Timaru Yamaha getting involved. You find them on the Washdake Highway right here in the outside of Timaru Yamaha. We love them. They do about a third. We've heard a lot from their business and their success. Sort of a third of their work for the farm and for the road and for the trail, so a good mix with us. One part of our industry is on a high, the other part can support it, and like summertime and road riding, it's huge here through South Canterbury. So if you're looking for a bike, doesn't have to be their brand, but it'll certainly be one that you can find out about. They're the experts in motorcycling, proud to be behind the South Canterbury Motorcycle Club. Timaru Yamaha, great sponsors of racing, and bad luck that their man Harry's gone down, but hey, it's still Yamaha out there leading the way anyway, Brad.
Yeah, Cormac Buchanan, he has a 1.2 second lead, but the fastest man on track, the fastest lap of the race for Jason Hearn in 3rd place, and you can see him piling on a bit of pressure to Caleb Gilmore. We've got the two KTMs battling for 5th and 6th place with Luca Durning in 7th. So this is all on. We've got podiums up for grabs. We've got battles all on. Championship points up for grabs. The championship is tight. We've got Corbin Buchanan a massive 37-point advantage. Back to Harry Parker, who's sidelined. He's not in this one. So an even bigger advantage coming here for Corbin Buchanan if he can hang on to the race win. We've got Caleb Gilmore, Luca Durning, Dave Fellows, Kane Bentley. That's your 4th, 5th and 6th in the championship. So Jason Hearn will be desperate to try and get some of these big points and get that podium, Biggles Racing podium. They're desperate for a podium after the first 2 rounds. They were brilliant performances at Ruapuna 12 months ago. They didn't have the weekend to remember last weekend, but this one here, right back in the hunt. So look out for this one. The one for 2nd and 3rd as Corbin Buchanan ticks off another lap. We've got 2 more to go. And then we got Jason Hearn, who's still quicker than anyone on this racetrack. So look out for this one, the man on the move, the number 11, Jason Hearn, Biggles Racing. He's flying, and surely now it's a matter of if not when, because he's right on the back wheel of Caleb Gilmore. They get out of turn number 3. Caleb Gilmore gets a great drive there. He's a little bit smaller than Jason, so down here, this one here will play right into his hand, just a lightweight pilot on board. We go back to Jason Hearn. Dave Fellows still in 4th place. Courageous effort. One of the rides of the weekend for me after seeing Dave damn near in a cast after Saturday's race. Brilliant job from him, and he's still 3.6 seconds within the lead, so not out of touch here. Blaze Heaven, Logan Rao, the battle of the teammates there on the KTMs, 5th and 6th place. Luca Durning, James Hugenbotham, that is rounding out our top 8. But this could go either way. We've got a lap and a half. And our Timaru Yamaha Supersport 300 coming down to the crunch.
All right, the Dunlop tyre flyer, the man out there in the bright yellow, looking all the class, the BAS expansion joints used in the construction industry, used for doing bridges and piers and buildings, because expansion joints are the way to go. They're, of course, allowing for earthquake or other moving obstacles like piers and bridges. So great to have their kind of civil construction support behind our sport. Love it to bits. And there we are, of course, with that awesome Dunlop tyre machine. Commentator's dream stand out in the bright helmet, the bright letters, and the bright bike. We love BAS. You will as well. Get them behind them, of course. Hot shot to finish 3rd in the championship last year. Should have been better, but that's another whole story as they round the Aon Insurance Sweeper and get ready to fly. We're on our last lap at the moment, going for gold and going for glory. It's Cormac Buchanan. He's the best of them. He's out in front. He's smoking them up. But look at that. Look at that. The Hunter's on. The Hunter's on, trying to get up there. Can he do so? Well, we're about to find out with now less than 1 lap to go. It's all on for the excitement. Let's go with him. Cormac, Caleb and Jason. He's got up there. I think Caleb is untouchable. I really do. It's only a small buffer, but it's enough. Believe it or not, it's less than half a second, but it will be enough if Caleb can just hold on to it. But Jason getting better. I'd love to do the interview with Jason. He thoroughly deserves to get up there. Let's get him behind him. Race fans out there love the underdog to come through. But Cormac Buchanan, your hero for the front, bring him home, Brad.
Yeah, this is going to be a brilliant performance here. This guy just keeps absorbing the pressure. He's just 14 years of age. You're going to have to remember his name. He is from the bottom of the South Island. The whole city of Invercargill's in behind him. Cormac Buchanan's coming through the bus stop for the final time this weekend. He's been absolutely brilliant. He got beaten by Harry Parker in race 2, but he's going to take this one here. Race 3 victory for Cormac Buchanan, and Caleb is going to hang on. That one went right down to the wire, so Caleb Gilmore narrowly ahead of Jason Hearn by less than 1/10 of a second when they crossed the line. Frantic pace. Dave Fellows, ride of the weekend for me with that injured elbow. He gets home in 4th place on the TR20 R3, so brilliant stuff from Dave, and keeps well and truly in the championship fight. He'll be stoked with that. Blaze Heaven, Logan Rao, they're getting better and better every race they go out, and they're on the KTMs, the D6 Motorsport team. So good to have those guys. Teammates in the pits and inseparable on the track. 5th and 6th place for them. Luca Durning 7th, Kane Bentley in 8th, James Hugenbotham. Awesome stuff on the Mega Motorcycle Centre machine there. He comes home in 9th place. Regan Bray home for 10th, with 11th going to Justin Maunder. Dylan Byrne, Ollie Fura, and then we go to Matty Berry, 14. Some good points there for Matty. Well done, good result. And go back to Alistair Wilton on the Rogers Yamaha, and Esmond Williams coming home on the Kiwi Bike Insurance machine there in 16th place. So phenomenal stuff from Supersport 300. Thank you to Timaru Yamaha. We're going to cross down to Neil in a minute, who will have an ecstatic young 14-year-old sensation who is going to take an even bigger lead in this championship. Harry Parker unfortunately made the mistake, and we will go down to Neil, who will have our podiums.
Well, here we go, an opportunity to be back at trackside. Looking forward to the excitement. Look at the Biggles racing team getting excited about what they've just achieved, a third place. They used to get these for granted in times gone by. They're certainly hard to achieve now with so many more riders and giving us more depth in the class. The proof of that is a former 600 Supersport champion and Superbike rider, and James Hugenbosom, who's really struggling to try and crack into that top 5. There's so many young guns here. These bikes are much more on the level. There's more stringent controls for their base of evenness, fairness, whichever way you get it. They're under huge scrutiny to make sure nobody is getting the advantage over the other. And Biggles was even going to pat him before he'd hit the brakes. So bring it home, decaffeinated Kiwi VAS and Dunlop out there. Look at this, still so many people in behind Cormac. We know he's got a back-to-back, so we're going to try and do this podium as quick as possible, because that guy hops off. He's got his cold neckband to go on. Mum will do that for him. Dad's there to hold the bike and congratulate him. He'll be over for the podium, and then he's got his other 150 bike waiting on the dummy grid, ready to go out back-to-back in that next moto. Frantic pace here off the race scene for these others, but a brand new podium in this order, and having the Biggles race team getting the glory back there is just fantastic, just like the old days that we remembered Biggles racing. Of course, days of the 125, days of young guns, and a shout out to Campbell Grayling, one of the nice guys of our paddock, not racing with us this year, but I'm sure he'll be coming back, and we look forward to this class just growing and growing. It's the future of our sport. The 300s, they do it at World Superbike level. Most of the other countries around the globe do it, and now the manufacturers getting on board with quality machines. KTM and their 390, Kawasaki with their 300, Yamaha with their R3 and the 325, which is proving to be the dominant bike at the moment. So Cormac giving that clench fist up here at the moment. Caleb will look forward to it. He's going for second, and a shout out for his Yamaha race mate. But certainly looking forward to having Jace coming up here, and he's got the Dunlop cap on, and he has made it. Commentator's dream here in the bright fluoro. He'll put the chest protector to the side, and he'll be ready to scull that water and feel a lot better about his racing. That was the Jason we remembered, mate. You've done it.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think I'd make it here on this weekend with what happened last weekend as well, but just this last race, it was getting real hot, and Dunlop seemed to like it a lot. And yeah, I'd just like to thank everyone, BAS, 1990 Distilling, Caffeinated Kiwi. Yeah, there's a lot of people that made it happen today, but yeah, it was good.
Hey mate, you thank a lot of people, but they're certainly going to be saying thank you for doing it. What's the secret to doing it late in an event like this last race? Man, I've just stood out on that tarmac. Got to be 40 or 50 degrees there.
It's probably the Dunlops, actually. I reckon they work really well when it's hot, and yeah, they obviously proved that. So.
Well done, Jace, taking nothing away. What about him being a great rider? He thanks the product. We thank the man himself, and even Cormac going over to shake his hand. Caleb, you've done it again. Well done. You're just getting better and more solid. Is that a confidence thing? How does it happen?
Yeah, I mean, last race was really tough, and this one was too, but this one turned out a little bit better result. Leroy's been working on our bike all weekend, and he's made it that much better every race. So big thanks to him and all the people at the suspension and the suspension crew there. That's been amazing. Thanks for supporting me. I'd just like to thank all my sponsors again. My dad, Jack, for coming out and helping me this weekend, and everyone who's been around me off to Aussie. So thanks for an awesome NZSBK so far, guys, and hopefully you'll get the results you want in the next couple of races. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful words, young Caleb. What a star in the making. Well done, Cormac, mate. Here you are, ready to do another back-to-back moto. The day's gone up 20 degrees on what it was this morning. The weather's hot. You've been hot to go with it. How's that 300?
Oh, that was a really, really crazy race. When Harry went down, I was like, yeah, that's my moment. Because, yeah, it stood Caleb up. So I'm like, yeah, now it's time to try and build a gap. And I was good enough to be able to. And once I built that gap, just tried to manage it. But, yeah, it's so hot out there. It's crazy. You know, kid from Invercargill's not used to this type of weather. But thank you to Suspension Guru Robert Taylor for helping the bike. Without him, you know, I'd still be doing the same stuff. But, yeah, I really felt a lot better in that race because of the suspension that we tried out, and you know, bring on the next 3 races in the Memorial.
Yeah, it should be something special. So beautiful speeches from all three. The future of our sport, the young guns. We're on board with FabTech Engineering. Trust our Rangi, proud to be behind local sports. South Canterbury Motorcycle Club, presenting it with MTF Finance, Timaru, and of course here as well with Timaru Yamaha. This is your Aon Insurance, Pirelli Tyres, Sky Sport Next, New Zealand Superbike Road Race Championship coming to you in the sun, super hot here in beautiful Timaru towards the end of round number 2, halfway through our championship series 2021. Bring it on.